Just when I thought they couldn't suck all the hope out, any hope that I had, they do this. Mm. That was the worst baseball game I've ever watched. That was the worst game the Rays have ever fucking played. Yo, Carter, I'm not talking about the Stars, and fuck you for that. I'm not talking about the Stars. I'm talking about the Rays. That was probably the worst baseball game I ever watched. That was shitty. That was utterly shitty from the Rays. I never thought I could see him play that bad. Holy 20-1 to a last place team. The Blue Jays, who are literally last place in the AL East, blow out the Rays. May I remind you, the Red Sox, this happened to the same thing. This happened to the Red Sox last year, too. The only difference is the Rays started 13-0, but the thing is, I wasn't buying that start. They played like nobody good. The summer is a make or break for the Rays. And honestly, if I'm the Rays, I know damn well I'm not competing with this fucking regime. They need to fire Eric Neander. It's your fault. This whole blunder is your fault. You could have had the Rays had okay. Now, if Josh Hamilton never got traded, he would have killed himself. Like, think about it. I read his biography. He was a massive drug addict. He was addicted to drugs because his mother died. That caused him to be a drug addict, and that would have killed him had the Rays not traded him to Texas. Now, if he didn't have that and the Rays trade that, probably wouldn't have been traded. But again, Josh Hamilton getting traded to the Rays. Well, Tampa fans I know literally still hate Josh Hamilton. I even hate Josh Hamilton because Josh Hamilton cheated. And Josh Hamilton's a piece of shit on the field, too. I don't even want to get started on the Trey Turner trade. That was the worst trade I've ever made. You trade Trey Turner for Drupal Cabrera and Steven Souza, and the Padres got every single prospect that Washington had to offer. And guess what? None of those prospects hit. Fucking worst game I've ever seen, and this is the beginning of the end of the Rays run. Because now they got to play the Dodgers after this. And they just shit on the best team in the game in the Atlanta Braves. And the Dodgers are definitely going to shit on the Rays. I just know they're going to. I'll probably go to Saturday's game because it's Kershaw. But, dude, this is ridiculous. Just sell everybody at the deadline. There's no point. You know you're not going to win. You didn't fire Eric. Kevin Cash should not be a manager. Like, this is just proving my point of how overrated as fuck Kevin Cash actually is. People don't realize he cost the Rays a World Series title. He was not prepared for Boston in the ALDS. And he kept trying. And literally a day after we scored one run, he trot and struggled like a motherfucker. He trots out the same lineup against an even worse pitcher in Cal Quantrill. He trots out the same lineup instead of a lineup that would actually demolish him. When your pitcher is dealing, analytics go out the fucking window. You don't take him out of the game. Handed LA the World Series. He handed Boston an ALCS appearance, which we probably would have beat the Astros. We had the pitching to beat Houston that year, too. We could have beat the Astros. But goddamn. Kevin Cash fucking blundered. 2020 is looking like a fluke now. Because this team can't even get to the World Series anymore. Again. Blundered the Blake Snell trade somehow. Even though it looked like you were winning at first, now it's a trade that literally neither side won. Luis Patino is a bust. He is god-awful. Francisco Mejia lost his job. Christian Betancourt is now the everyday catcher. I decided to watch this game, but dude, I got pissed when they got to 20 runs. I was pissed. This team is full of quitters. I don't care that this team is 35-15. This is shitty from them. If they do good, I'd pray. If they won by this much, I'd be praising them. But they lost by this much. They don't deserve praise. They don't deserve praise. We are who everyone thought we are. Overrated frauds. Now everyone knows this team is overrated as shit. There's a reason why I had this team in the middle of the pack in my power rankings. Because the Rays just win. They don't do like what the Braves and Dodgers do and just shit on everyone. They win and they need to walk off people. Oh, and Brandon. Oh, and get Brandon Lau off the damn team. He's a bum. Brandon Lau's a bum. He is god awful. This Rays team is a big fat disgrace. People were talking about how a local businessman is trying to buy the Rays. Sternberg is trying to fuck it all up because he cares about getting the Rays the hell out of Florida. We know this. He wants to get the Rays the hell out of Florida. Because he's going to get more of a profit if he gets out of Florida. And all he cares about is money. He's trying to get the Rays out of Tampa. And out of Florida in general. Because it's not the attractive money-making sites like Vegas. Nashville's a bigger money-making site than Tampa is. Montreal even. I don't even think Montreal should get a relocation. I think they should get I think Montreal should just get an expansion team. But again, they got fucked over by Major League Baseball. Bud Selig fucked Montreal over with that strike. I'm not going to rant about the hockey playoffs because I already did that in the last stream. I knew Vegas was going to sweep Dallas, but I'm not going to talk about that until, the AL is the Texas Rangers to lose. It's the Rangers American League title to lose. It's their title to lose. Well, being realistic here, there's no one in the AL who can stop the Rangers. The Rangers are the team to beat in the American League. The Rays definitely are not. Everyone knows the Rays are beatable and are very fucking vulnerable. The Rangers actually win and they let you know about it. The Rays don't. It's going to be Braves-Rangers. Why Braves-Rangers? It's simple. The only team that can stop Atlanta is LA. And we know how bad of a manager Dave Roberts is. That dude is the definition of a fraud as well. You win 111 games, all to go one and done to a team you literally owned. You literally owned that team. And you lose to that team. And you lose in the divisional round to the Padres. After winning 111 games, you have a record-setting season. You go one and done. That's really bad. Atlanta didn't really have a record-setting season, but it was one of their best seasons. I want every single person on this team to get fired. I do. None of them deserve a job. Eric Neander needs to be fired. He's been proving to my point that he's the worst president of baseball operations in the league. And it's not even close. Kevin Cash is overrated as fuck. Stop calling him the best manager in the league. It's clearly Brian Snitker. And now that Bruce Bochy came out of retirement, it's definitely Bruce Bochy now, too. and I'm not going to talk about the NBA. That the NBA, it's going to be the Heat and the Kings next year. This year, the Heat are going to win the finals, and I think the Heat are going to win it next year. I mean, the best managers are Bochy, Snitker. Bochy and Snitker 1 and 2. Number 3 is definitely not Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone is garbage. People say Aaron Boone is more overrated than Kevin Cash. I'm like, okay. Everyone knows Aaron Boone sucks. Everyone does. Everyone knows Aaron Boone is a garbage manager. He's not overrated. If you're overrated, that simply means you get more attention than you really deserve. And you're rated way too high. You're not as good as everyone says you are. Kevin Cash is not anywhere close to as bad as Aaron Boone, but he is overrated and a piece of shit. And I don't give a shit what anyone says. If you lose 20-1, that's just horrible. You don't lose 20 to run. A few of my friends went to this game. They wasted money just to go to this game and watch a 20-1 blowout. Dodgers are gonna sweep the Rays. The Cubs will probably take at least 2. They're not beating the Rangers. They struggle in San Diego. I don't know why the fuck this team struggles in San Diego or struggles against Padres in general. I don't understand that at all. Like, it's ridiculous that people hype up this team, and I'm like, I don't want the hype. You're just casually looking at this team to be a downfall, and it's looking that way is going to happen. Get 21s dropped on you by a fucking last place team. A team that isn't even good in the Jays. Like, people look at the AL East and like, it's so good, every team is above 500. The Jays suck. The Jays suck. Their pitching is really bad. Their lineup is very hit or miss, other than Vladimir Guerrero and Matt Chapman. Oh, and the Blue Jays got a piece of shit on their team named Kevin Kiermaier. By the way, Rays fans cheering for him, disgusting. Kevin Cash left for a divisional rival. Now it's a team we hate the least, or second least, actually, in the Blue Jays. But you don't root for Kevin Kiermaier. He went for a division. He stayed in your division. No. Eric Leander, you never should have blundered any of those fucking times. Randy's gonna get Randy away from Tampa. He deserves a better team. He's the only reason everyone watches this team. This team is a big fat disgrace. Big disgrace to Tampa. Eric Neander and Stuart Sternberg are plotting this team leaving Tampa. I don't care about the stadium rumors. There was this stupid ass idea. Split in Montreal and Tampa. Obviously the MLB shot it down, but Sternberg is not letting a local guy sell the team. I buy the team. Anyways, I'm done. That was a disgrace. what they just did, what the Rays decided to pull. Big fat disgrace. 20 runs against a last place team. I'm done.